The head consists of tentacles and compound eyes. That is the presence of one pair of tentacles except in octopus where tentacles are modified into the arms. Okay. Then the excretion will take place by the paired metanephridia that will act as the function of kidney, how the kidney works. Okay. In a higher vertebrates. Similarly, metanephridia will be working same. Okay. This metanephridia um, um, will be in a through coelomoduct. Metanephridia is a through coelomoduct and communicate from the pericardial cavity to the exterior by nephridiopole. Okay. Then nervous system. Next point is nervous system consists of many paired ganglia, connectives and nerves. Okay, that will be paired ganglia will include cerebral, pleural, pedal and visceral ganglia, which will be joined by the longitudinal and transverse connectives and commissures and nerves. Okay. Then next point is the sense organs are eyes, tentacle, ospiridium and stetocyst. Okay. You know the function of eyes and tentacles. So this next is the ospiridium, that is the pigmented chemosensory epithelial patch will be present in the mental cavity. And this will absent in a scaphopods and monoplacophora. The class in class Scaphopoda and monoplacophora, this will be absent. The sense organ, that is the ospiridium. Okay, it will sense for chemosensory. Okay, and it also absent among some cephalopods. Okay, and only in a nautilus has appears in a nautilus they will be appears as a set of ospiridia. Okay, and they will mostly lie adjacent to the tenidia or the gills. Okay, whereas stetocyst is the organ or the organ of balance, and it is orientation in and it consists of sensory vesicles, and it will be or containing a statolith, a cell called as a statolith, which will be help in a balancing. Okay, during this is mostly present in aquatic invertebrates, that is the aquatic mollusk will be having this stetocyst for the balancing. Okay, the next point is the sex. Sexes are here. Sexes are usually separate, that is dioecious, and but some are monoecious also. Okay, then the phyla will be showing a sexual dimorphism, that is the sexes will be in phyla, the sexes are separate, that is dioecious, and there is a definite sexual dimorphism, that will in the male the shell is usually smaller in size and it is less than in the female. Okay, and there is well developed copulatory organ in a male, but it is quite rudimentary in the female. So this how you can distinguish between the male and female phyla. Okay, whereas in some forms, that is in Linax and Helix, will be showing a hermaphrodite. That is the hermaphrodite is an organ is an organism that has a complete or partial reproductive organs, and they will produce a gametes normally associated with both the sexes, that is a male and female. Okay, this is how they will this is how they will help in maintaining their population, and they do not have a separate sexes. Okay, then the next point is fertilization is external, that is in sessile group such as oysters, and internal, oyster, it will be the fertilization will be external. The male and fusion of male and female gametes will take place outside the body. Okay, that will be in the environment. While in some form it is internal. Okay, for example in snail, phyla. Okay. The next point is the development. Development may be direct or indirect. The larva, is trophophore, or the also known as a vestigial larva, or it is a parasitic stage called as a glochidium larva, are the larval stages of the mollusca. Okay, so the development of the mollusk will be showing a metamorphosis, that is in the form of trophophore larva or vestigial larva, and there is also a parasitic stage called as a glochidium larva. Okay, so this is about the general characteristic of phylum Mollusca, um, and in our next lecture we will start with the classification of phylum Mollusca. Okay, thank you.